Hi, I'm Random Trashy, welcome to the channel. So today I'm going to be doing a direct comparison between the Haley Strategic DC3R and the new Haley Strategic DC3RX. Now, just before I jump any further into this review, if you haven't come across the DC3R before, there is a full review back on the channel. If you want to check that video out before going any further, you can click up in the right hand corner of this video. There's a little white eye button and the video will be linked in there for you to be able to see it. The changes between the two platforms are very, very small. This isn't a major overhaul of the platform. Now, I did get a lot of feedback on the DC3R about the fact that it has no modularity at all. So it hasn't got any molly areas, you can't move the pouches around. This is a kind of good to go as it is product. That kind of works in two elements for me. One, it's really good if you want to go and buy something off the shelf, a training tool, or you want to be able to just, go to the range with this, fire some real steel and use it. You don't really want to bother about buying accessories and that sort of thing. This is a great off-the-shelf product. But if you do want to tailor your kit and you are one of these people that likes having certain things in certain places, you like to be really organised with the way that your loadout is set up, then you're not going to have that modularity from this platform. And I was kind of hoping for that from the DC3RX. Now, the update has some very, very small changes. Please don't expect this to be a complete overhaul like I mentioned previously. There were some small changes. One of the major ones, and obviously where the name comes from, is that this is a H-style harness system. So if you look at the shape of this, it makes like a H when it's on your back. And that means it comes up and over your shoulders like so. And then you have this back strap that sits across the back of your shoulders. This is kind of a dungaree braces style system, and it's kind of renowned for putting a lot of weight over the tops of your shoulders here, and because it goes linear straight down your back, the kind of weight can be distributed here. So these H style systems are kind of a little bit inferior to the new updated version, which is an X style system. As you can see, the way that the strap tapers over the shoulders, the way it crosses over on your back, is going to give you a little bit better weight distribution if this is loaded up with a ton of real steel kit, but at the same time it's also going to give a lower profile. That cross over the back is going to hug it in nice and tight to the body. So that is probably the major change between the two. As you can see on the front, there is a slightly different setup. You have 4 M4 mag pouches across the back on both the DC3R and the DC3RX. Either end you have 2 general purpose pouches. They are exactly the same size, if not the DC3RX ones maybe a tiny bit smaller. Got Velcro on the front, Velcro inside the pocket for attachment. We've got a nice little material loop in here if you ever wanted to attach anything to it. But you've got a decent sized pocket. To be completely honest, this type of platform is not going to last you 72 hours out on the ground. You're not going to be able to have sufficient space to be able to hold everything that you're going to need for that time. But for a short period of time out on the range, out doing a day game, doing some training or anything like that, this platform's going to be absolutely perfect. The big difference here is we've got 4 pistol mag pouches across the front of the DC3RX, and on the DC3R we have 2 pistol pouches, and then we have this large sort of utility pouch across the front. Now, that can be used for a variety of things. I've seen people wearing these on training videos on real steel, and they've got a bottle of water in there. I've also seen silencers put in there, some people's phones put in there, radios. It is genuinely a general purpose pouch. This isn't general purpose that's aimed at being comms related or aimed at being medical related. You can pretty much stick anything in there, and the versatility of it is very, very good. Whereas when we're looking at the DC3RX, you can only really use that front area now for 4 pistol mags. So I don't know. I think between the two, one of them is really going to suit you better than the other one. If you have got an M4 and a pistol, that's all that you need to carry on you munition wise. You run a bandolier belt or you run a backpack or something like that. And this is all you need to carry with a couple of little tidbits either side. The DC3RX is going to be absolutely phenomenal. If you are after something that potentially is a little bit more versatile by having that pouch on the front, then loadout wise, this may suit you a little bit better. One of the other massive kind of changes between the two platforms is actually on the back of where your accessories go. And I'm going to spin both of these round and kind of explain this. Now this is going to suit different people with different branded loadouts, and this is where I can't, to be completely honest, give you really precise how this is going to work for you, because dependent on what plate carrier you have or dependent on what accessories you're going to run on this, you're going to get a different experience from the rig. I'm only going to be able to give you first glance what my opinion would be of this. Now, as you can see on the back of the DC3RX, the entire back panel is now got a Velcro removable patch on it. So if I just put this back, you'll be able to see what I mean. This is the soft side that you're going to peel away, and the abrasive side stays on the rig. And that is for you to be able to use the Halo Strategic accessories. Now, if I look at the original DC3R, we can see that there is only a small square patch in the middle. Again, we've got the abrasive side on the rig, and we've got the non-abrasive side that pulls away. Now, if you have a plate carrier that allows you to attach a system like this with the two SwiftClips at the top, and then you've got the Velcro on the back, then that is really going to work well for you. The small contact patch in the middle on this one is going to work great, because this area without Velcro is going to flap around either side of your plate carrier dependent on how you have it set up. Now, if you've got a really large plate carrier that's got Velcro all the way across the front, that's obviously not going to happen. That isn't going to apply to you. But in the case of the plate carriers that I personally own, they have a very small contact patch. So in the case of the DC3RX, it means that this area of Velcro is going to be sort of out flapping in the breeze. We all know that the abrasive side of Velcro, from it being on our gloves or trousers or anything like that, picks up dirt and debris like nobody's business. It's like a hoover. As soon as you lay in the ground, you're going to find bits of grass, hair, anything is going to get all caught up in that Velcro. So that's the only thing for me. I don't understand why it's been placed all the way across the back. I understand maybe for accessories, but the main purpose of this is to stick it to a plate carrier, and I'm not sure that I know of any plate carriers that are as wide as this that have Velcro all the way across the front. So for me, don't quite get that. I'm not quite in tune with where they're going with that. There might be some accessories that are coming in the pipeline that utilise this entire space that I don't quite know about yet, but the only example I can think of is attaching it to a plate carrier. So just spinning these back around to the front, I think on both cases of the DC3R and the DC3RX, if you are looking at this just from a standard review standpoint, the quality is fantastic. Like, the quality of the materials, the way that they're machined, the way that they're made is absolutely phenomenal. And from Halo Strategic, you only really expect the best. This is not cheap, you know, low-end airsoft equipment. This is high-end, real steel military kit. You know, there is guys using the DC3R all over the internet. If you want to go and look up Special Forces units, SEALs, all that kind of business, there are guys out there rocking this unit real steel. So it is up to real steel standards. That's the price, but then also, you know, you do get some phenomenal quality for it. It's nice and comfy, very, very lightweight. Halo Strategic as a business, but Travis Haley as the owner of the business, really does excel in making extremely lightweight, very durable kit, and that comes from his time in the military. I've watched quite a number of his reviews, whether it was on the D3 Sling or the DC3R was the flat pack backpack. I've reviewed them all, and I've had a lot of kit from the guys over at Halo Strategic, and they really focus on that nice lightweight, you know, get it on, wear it, go and use it, and know that it's going to be tough, durable, but, you know, mainly lightweight. And you do get that from both platforms. So yeah, a small update. It comes with some quite quirky changes, obviously with that Velcro on the back, and with the pistol set across the front. That steer has obviously come from somewhere. They wouldn't be releasing this without that steer either coming from military or police or people that are out there using this unit. So I'm sure that it's a very well educated upgrade. Both platforms are really good in my opinion, the DC3R and the DC3RX and the DC3R. If I was to choose between the two, I still think I would go out and get myself a DC3R over the X, just because I can see the modularity of it working better for me. If you have any questions on this, if there's anything you want to ask, any feedback, any suggestions that you've got, please make sure you stick all comments, suggestions, feedback, everything in the comments box below. If you want to check out some more videos from my channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. You can do that by clicking on the little subscribe down in the right hand corner of this video. I've got so many projects coming up. I've got loads of videos, got new stuff that I'm working on, and a ton of reviews. So if you are interested in any more videos, Airsoft, Milsim, real steel related, please make sure you hit that subscribe. A like is always much appreciated. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all guys soon.